morning, good morning, good morning. It is a beautiful day to be alive here with the IJs. It is currently Thursday morning. We have two jobs today. One, we are moving. Look at, there's my daughter. Goodbye, mamas. I love you. I love you. She's pissed. She's like, you're always leaving. Honestly, if dogs could go to work, like I was thinking about it too last night. If we were able to put like dogs on treadmills and the treadmills was able to provide like light for the house, we would be balling. Because one thing
we can do that.
Huh?
Nothing's stopping us.
No, the government always wants their freaking hand in the pot. So early in the morning, Jesus is like, oh my gosh, every time you wash my shit, you never put it where it goes. So
She uses my damn knife every time.
So right now I'm going into the truck, right? And just wait right now what he's gonna see in the freaking truck.
No, that's not the knife. That's my backup knife because you always lose it.
Anyways, I didn't know he had two knives.
Open the truck.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Hold on, just press the button.
Okay, here we go, guys. Cause babe, I have all this stuff in my hands. I had to bring my iPad. I have my water jug because my man keeps me freaking thirsty out in the field. Couple of things that I always pack when I'm gonna come on the road with him is always my water, because we gotta stay hydrated. My little iPad, because if I don't get off, like when he's working, normally it's only like when the homeowners are home, because if the homeowners are home, then or like watching him and stuff and out there, then I won't really step out because I always find it so awkward like to be recording and stuff, especially because with my gimbal it's like so big. But I'm hoping today that the homeowners are not gonna be there present, so we have a better day to vlog. Right now it's currently like 70 degrees outside, babe. It's like perfect weather, but for me it's a little chilly, so I am wearing my hoodie. And then 61. 61?
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, so that's what we're up to right now. I am gonna make them stop for a coffee just so I can get a little wakey up. But we gotta get there in 22 minutes. So me and Jesus, we started this company, I want to say on paper, back in 2020. But for a whole year, it was more like a side hustle, more whenever we needed extra money. And honestly, guys, when we started this was never supposed to be big full business. This was never supposed to be bigger than it was. I had dreams and aspirations of being like corporate girly, climbing up like with cybersecurity and doing this whole shabam. And well, he was just an electrician. I didn't even think he even thought he was gonna get into the solar world until the school that he went to placed him in it. And it all started because we were short on rent. We were short $700 on rent. And back then, I think I had to be like 20, honestly, guys. This was very early on. And I remember normally my mom would send us money, but that time she didn't. And I can't remember exactly why she couldn't help us with the rent. But she was like, basically, let's gotta figure it out. There's no way you guys should be short on rent. Rent is the most important bill. Blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't really working at the time. He was just working. I wasn't working. But I worked for a little bit.
He blow my cash.
That is true. He really did take care of me my whole life. Well, since I've been with him, he's always paid for everything. He's always taken care. He's always done the whole shabam. Which is why I love you so much. And that is why I'm still with you, my little baby. That's a real man. A real man that takes care of his lady even when he doesn't have shit himself to give. And I was crazy back then, huh, love? I used to be really crazy. But also, too, I told him, bro, what did you expect? I was young. You literally got me when I was 19, 20 years old. He expected me to be a full-grown woman by then. And I'm like, dude, I'm still a little baby. But anyways, so we couldn't get the rent. And obviously, we couldn't ask his mom until my mom wasn't coming through. And honestly, it's one of the biggest blessings. And in the beginning, I just liked my mom. I was just like, dude, are you serious? Never send us money. You never help. You never this, that, and the third. Moral support doesn't matter. We need money. We need money, not no moral support. And now that I'm older and more wiser, I look back and I'm like, I am so grateful and so happy that my mom didn't provide, that my mom didn't give us everything that we needed. Because if She would have perked up the money for rent. If she would have perked up anytime that we didn't have money to get stuff. There would be times, I literally remember there would be times when I'd be at Walmart, I'm like, Mom, my card declined, I'm negative, like you send me $30 through Apple Pay because my accounts were negative just so we can buy food. And she would, like, the little things like that, she would. But I'm so grateful because of that is the reason why this company, this business has started and is now a multiple, now makes good money, and it's a great empire now. And it started because one day, Jesus, we were short on money, and Jesus has always been telling me, you should go door knock. There's girls that door knock for solar, and they make a lot of money, and this is that. But I was kind of, dude, for me back then, my pride was a little bit bigger than it is now. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go out there door knocking. Basically, they're begging people for money in a way. You're selling a product that they don't even want, or else they can just go on Google or go to Home Depot and just get the solar system. So that one night he came home from work and he's like, babe, guess what I brought from my job? And I was like, what? He's like, I brought these 2 rolls. And I was just like, why would you do that? And these 2 rolls are bird guards. I'm gonna place a little video right here so you guys can see. It's like the fence that goes around the solar panels, so none of the birds can get in them, right? And some technical difficulties right now. And so he ended up bringing these 2 rolls. And we were like, well, what are we going to do with that? He's like, they go around the solar panels. Well, my company, they charge homeowners like from like to $1,000 depending on how many panels they have. He's like, if we go knock a couple doors, he's like, we'll make that. What?
My company didn't offer it.
Oh, you guys had to do it like on your own. I remember you.
The company didn't offer it. And the customers would always tell me, would always tell us, the installers, if we knew where to get the pigeon guard. And that's when I got the idea. I was like, oh yeah, start a business. Like a side hustle. Putting up the pigeon guard again.
Do remember, that is right. Yep, I do remember actually. Yeah, it wouldn't. So finally, why did you bring the rolls?
Oh, I bought them.
Oh, I guess he bought them.
Yeah.
My memory's all vague. But we were talking about like years ago. Okay, so then he ended up bringing them home, and I'm just like, what? And then he was like, honestly, I don't think he was trying to sell me because
remember I was telling you for like a year about it, but I never like.
We didn't have a truck either.
Yeah, we didn't have a truck. We didn't have a lot of stuff.
And we didn't have money.
Yeah, and like one day you were just like, we'll just. Oh, and then also too, what like doubted me was my company, because they were like, yeah, we tried to do it, but homeowners don't want to pay, and it's not really profitable, and blah blah blah. But I get it, you know. It's like they're a big company, you know. Gotta pay a lot of people.
And so he was like, oh, he's like, if you go door knock, he's like, we'll make the rent. He's like, homeowner, like, so we need it for rent. I wish I would have charged him $800 now that I look back, so we could have made some, like, because it just went straight to the rent. And that same day, I knocked for 4 hours, huh? And that was my first knocking. I didn't door knock. I've never door knocked before then. I went knock and I was like, yeah, you know what's so funny? I would print out papers. Do you remember when I would print out and cut them fucking scissors all crooked?
Yeah.
I would make, literally, guys, that we didn't have money. Like, I'm telling you, we were short $700 a month in rent. So I literally printed from the library at UNLV these papers. Like, you know what? I might have one in my file on my MacBook in the day. And I would cut them. They were a straight cut. I would half of it. I'm doing pigeon guard for solar panels to protect your panels so no pigeons are nesting under there or messing up your systems, eating the wires like the pigeons eat the wires. That same day, I went out there for 4 hours knocking and giving them away. Because of just putting the flyers down, I was knocking them, and I'm like, because dude, we were desperate. And I think our rent back then was like, so if you're late, like a couple $100, it ain't no $20 here or there. You know? We ended up getting a sale, and sure enough, and God bless that person's soul. God bless. I still remember their face because I was the first time ever, and that's the first time where my mind was like, oh my God, I just made $700 in 4 hours. I'm fucking rich. I am balling. That was my first epiphany came where I'm just like, holy cow, like this is real money, because all I was used to before was making $18 an hour. The last job I had was my internship, and I was making $18 an hour. But to make $700 in a matter of 4 hours, I mean, it wasn't all profit. The wires, like you gotta come for the wires and the gas and stuff. But still, like after that, and not only that too, but I remember him telling me about it. But you remember your workers and your crews were like, your workers, your lead would tell you that, nah, you can't make a business out of that, or.
No, it wasn't my lead. It was the managers, all the managers, because I would bring up my stuff to make the company better. Like, hey, should I for this? Because that company was cool. We just had shitty fucking
leadership
there. I even talked to the CEO one time, and then after I talked to him, I gave him advice on what we could do with the solar, and he's like, he just told me to go find another job and let me know if it worked out. And look at what happened. The company went to shit and went out of business, and they're like fucking up now. The same idea I told them, I'm doing it right now. And this company went out of business.
Yep, they went bankrupt 2 years ago. I'm not going to mention their name because you don't want no bad clout. But now, his idea that he told them, now we have a very profitable business that feeds both of us and our daughter, IJ. She's a dog, but she's our daughter. We don't use the DOG word. We've been living off this company. Well, I've been living off this for the last 5 years. But he just started going full time 2 years ago. He's barely. You're about to be on your year 3 in May. In May, about to be on year 3 of him working for himself and only for himself. This year, IJ Solar has been paying all our bills. Honestly, all our bills and more, because honestly, we kind of be traveling a little bit too much. But I already told him this year we're gonna lock in. This next year, we're not gonna be traveling as much. We're gonna be saving more. We're gonna be investing more. Like, I have a whole bunch of ideas. He has some good business ideas to execute on, and so if that means that we can't travel, then that's what's gonna happen, because I really want him to start this. He has this cool fishing business idea that we're waiting on, and then also right now I'm building my best friend's website. I'm trying to get her property, making as much money. I was thinking of like a lot of money for it, but honestly, like, I really might, like, I feel like I'm gonna be really, really happy when I see her, like, her job and go all in on her personal brand, because she's building a huge ass brand in Vegas. Like, she shouldn't be known as a Vegas girly, and so I can't wait to be able to be like her website onto like portfolio. So I'm working on her website, and then I'm also working on a website for me and him on. It has to do with something fishing world. I get it up and running. We'll talk more about it, but my goal is within the next 2 weeks to get that running and then get his business idea running in December. Because honestly, guys, one thing I've learned is when you start making money, you got to think of a dollar as it being your soldier. As a soldier, every time you invest $1, it's a little soldier that's going to go running and gonna make you more money. But if you don't invest it and you're spending it, your soldier won't go out into the world and make you more money. And then one thing about me and him is I always tell him, look at him. I'm like, I want to make money the laziest way possible. I don't want to make money. I don't want to be a millionaire if I have to be on phone calls all day, if I have to be in meetings, if me and him can't get a freaking Friday, Saturday, Sunday together. Because I'm not going to be out here working 5 days a week to just 2 days of the week. Like, I'm more of a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of girl. But I always tell him, like, always to make money the laziest way possible. Huh, love? Right now, I'm in the mindset, you know what, babe? We're going to lock in next year. We're not going out. We're not traveling. We're not going to visit we're going to be visiting our friends and be going over here, doing this, that, and the third. Because next year, all the money that we make, we're going to invest it. And we're going to multiply it. Because by the time I turn 30, guys, like, I just want to be free. By then, I hope IJ Solar's running by itself and it's not needing me and him and whatnot. Like, got big goals and big visions, because I just don't like working, guys. I freaking hate working. I really do. But I'm super grateful, and I thank God every day that we have the ability to work for ourselves. And you know what, guys? Huh? Amen. And you know what, guys? What God can do for one, God can do for all.